Good morning. My name is Robert Stanley, and I'm the national sales manager at a Fortune 500 company. I've always considered myself very business savvy and a little bit of an entrepreneurial. But this class and the art of start has really enlightened me to a lot of the things that I did not know about being an entrepreneur, but it also gave me some confirmation of things that I'm already doing. Self examination, I find, is a very important part of being an entrepreneur. There are sacrifices and hard work that's involved, and one must ask themselves if this is the challenge that they really want to get themselves into when setting up some type of venture. I've also found that in the next chapter that making it personal can be an important section for people to understand becoming an entrepreneur. I think when you make it personal, it creates a type of passion, and that passion can make that hard work and sacrifice all the more worthwhile. It can also make it a lot easier and much more manageable when you have passion in what you're doing. The art of pitching is something I'm already very familiar with. From knowing my audience and keeping it short and straight and to the point is something that I'm already doing in my everyday world. I've learned about to shut up, take notes, summarize, regurgitate, and follow up. Find this is very important. It's something that I already utilize. And you learn a lot from listening to the audience, and reiterating it back helps solidify that you actually did listen to what they had to say. And then, of course, a follow-up just confirms that relationship altogether. Next is about business plans, and that is something that I have been doing for over 20 years. They're virtually the roadmap for any business venture, and definitely in the entrepreneurial side. It's very important, but it's also more of a pitch format to summarize for the information in detail those that they're going to be working with and what they're going to be investing in. Bootstrapping is something that was new to me. As a sales manager, I may subconsciously perform the bottom-up forecasting, but it's enlightening to actually read how this is done and to understand it so I can utilize it going forward in my everyday world. The product I currently deal with is what's considered a commodity, and understanding how that's a negative impact when it comes to entrepreneurial kind of world to help me make some changes in my organization and building up a new product for the market. Recruiting has always been a challenge for me and my company. Chapter 6 especially talks about lies and truth. This is a section I'll refer back to quite frequently, especially until I get a little bit more familiar with doing it on my own and more proficient. From an entrepreneurial standpoint, obviously, you got to consider candidates that are more suited for some type of startup environment. Raising capital process is also something that was very new to me. It's not something I've ever dealt with before. I find out understanding what you're getting into is the most important part of Chapter 7. Setting the right expectations and understanding that once you have investors, that you are obligated to those investors and to the shareholders, and that this could be something very important to the success of the organization if it's not well understood what those obligations are going to be. Then lastly, in Chapter 8 was about smoothing. It is something I'm very familiar with that I already do in my world. It's what's helped me make a good living. This chapter was good confirmation to me that I am following those same guidelines and proper steps. Definitely asking the proper questions and learning when to shut up is very important. I've learned that I do not learn anything while talking. Again, this is Robert Stanley. Thanks for your time.